Hey, what's up guys? Joe here, coming at you today with some base planning at Town Hall 9. A little bit of a new segment. I've done some base reading, but let's go ahead and get into some base planning. And as we look at this replay in the background, this is from a war a couple of days ago. And the base itself, pretty simple base. Not really too difficult. You could easily air it, you could easily ground it. It's like pre-staged anti-3-star base. Maxed out defenses at Town Hall 9, but the walls aren't quite maxed. The heroes, level 25 queen and a level 16 king. I chose to do the queen charge baby dragon technique. It was only like my second or third time doing the attack strategy. And really when it boils down to it is like I showed a video not even a couple days prior to making or doing this attack, and really my mindset is if I'm going to talk about it, I should be able to do it. So that's really where I want to test it out, I want to do it myself, and I want to practice getting better at the strategies that I'm selling you. And if I can't do it myself, then I probably shouldn't be making videos. That's just the way I think about it. So kind of lead from the front is the point there. But anyways, as you watch this replay, I make it look pretty easy. I really did not need bowlers at all, to tell the truth. I probably should have brought Valkyries in my clan castle instead of the bowlers. They were kind of useless. This was a first time hit on this base. There was no other hits on it, so I didn't know where the traps were located, and I certainly didn't know what was in the clan castles. So I was kind of running into this one blind, but the way I set myself up in the beginning of the attack worked out pretty well as getting the queen to go exactly where I needed her to go. So what I want to talk about today, or go through as, how do I determine what's a ground base, what's an air base, how do I determine whether I should use this strategy here. I mean, of course, with my queen level, I'm going to be able to overpower this base, because at level 30, you should be able to take on a Town Hall 10 with it, without any problems. So, and I've done that in the past as well. But as this one rolls through, the queen's having absolutely no problems, not a lot of complications. Could have been some issues in the beginning with that clan castle, but she was able to power through it with the assistance of the barbarian king and the 5-second bowlers that died immediately due to a Valkyrie. But the remainder of this base gets torn up with the baby dragons. Baby dragons are out there just doing work, and there's absolutely only 2 defenses remaining that could even assist or hurt the baby dragons. You got a couple more traps that are going to pop up. I lose a healer there, and at this point the raid is already over. You got plenty of baby dragons to take out the structures, and the assistance of some cleanup wizards. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go back to the beginning, and we're going to look at this base and determine. At first look, you could easily do a go la loon or a go bo la loon, bringing the kill squad in from the south on this first compartment. You got to use some golems and then some wizards, maybe some baby dragons for the cleanup portion of this trash ring on the south, for funneling my bowlers into the base. But if I can get a jump spell where this expo is sitting, I could easily get my golems and bowlers and heroes to go take out these 2 air defenses, both heroes, the clan castle, and possibly get over to the other side and take out both of the air defenses on the other side, depending on where my jump spell is located. So I mean, at that point you really don't even need the lava hounds, and then you also take a risk of the lava hounds not popping, so then you don't have a lot of cleanup there. So that's why I determined not to go with that, and I decided to go test out this queen charge baby dragon. And so what I'm seeing here on the air sweepers, so I got one air sweeper facing south, so I don't want to bring an archer queen through there because I don't want to have to deal with the loss of healers, healer coverage off of my queen. And then I also have another air sweeper on the west that's facing that direction that could keep my healers off my queen as well. So looking at the east, you can easily see this massive trash ring that's around the base, and not a lot of range on the air defense to reach out to these structures. The only thing I got to worry about is these archer towers, firing at my baby dragons. So the baby dragons can clean up all this trash, and that's number one. I'm going to go ahead and start out with the baby dragons and start setting up the funnel. So I'm going to let the baby dragons clean for a second. And then if you look in this first compartment, then you see this junction of wall. And easily I could drop 4 earthquake spells and open up 1, 2, 3, 4 different compartments, which basically opens up the entire base to the archer queen. That's not going to restrict her movement. Really the goal here is to get rid of these 2 air defenses and get her to the other side. As she maneuvers through the base, that's where you kind of trickle in baby dragons to take out archer towers that might be remaining that might fire at your healers, and avoid the air defenses on the opposite side until she actually gets over there and takes them out. And then once the air defenses fall, the baby dragons are free to roam and do whatever. You don't even have to worry about too many traps, because the seeking air mines will only take out one of your baby dragons, and then the air bombs aren't quite strong enough to take them out by themselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start the raid, and that way you can kind of see as it transitions throughout the raid. And like I said before, number one, get those baby dragons down and start setting the funnel, cleaning up this trash ring, start taking out structures that have no significance to the raid itself. It's going to distract your queen and send her in a direction that you don't want her to go. Then I get the earthquake spells down to open up that compartment, or those compartments that I want her to maneuver into. Get those earthquakes down so you don't have to worry about dealing with that while you're focused on the queen. The queen charge is your main focus right now. I use a couple of Valkyries to help her out there. I really need to get her in this first compartment where that archer tower is at. So I had a wall breaker there, fail there, so I had to get the wall breakers down, and then she starts to maneuver her way in. So I'm solely focused on this archer queen with the rage spell ready to trigger or drop on that location to get her health back up before she starts running into trouble. So I bring bowlers in behind her to try to get ahead of her, to take out structures, maybe help her get rid of this archer queen, get rid of the air defenses. And I did not anticipate a Valkyrie and a witch in that clan castle, so the bowlers were useless at this point, but that archer queen did go down. I did use a rage spell here just because of the density of defenses that she was coming up into with those heroes and the clan castle, so I wasn't exactly sure how much trouble I was going to gain there. I did bring 6 healers for a reason, because I didn't know where the air traps were on this base, and as you can see at this point I drop a baby dragon down in the south because that archer tower is starting to target my healers. So this is where you kind of improvise your attack. You can't plan out every single step of your raids. No matter how skilled of a player you are, you're always going to have to improvise your attacks about midway. So as the queen gets deeper into this base, you got a lot of defenses that are targeting her. Point defenses, Teslas, that expo down in the south. And this is where I'm using the baby dragon in the north to start taking care of structures and guide her back into the base. That way she doesn't stray, just like you would do for a P.E.K.K.A. So the archer queen's starting to run into 2 Teslas and that expo. Drop my last rage down there to get her health back up, speed her up so we can speed the raid up a little bit. She gets rid of the expo, the Tesla, and that 4th air defense. And over in the west you have 0 point defenses that can target the baby dragons. That wizard tower is not doing enough damage to even matter, so the baby dragons are putting in work over there. Did miss a barracks, but I did have a cleanup troop in the wizard over there to back them up. And you have 1 more wizard in the queue, and I just kind of drop it to take out the builder's hut just in case for time. So this raid can be a bit of a time issue if you're not sure where your queen's going to go, and whether you're going to run into a lot of traps on the outsides of the base. So defenses are starting to get a little more craftier with the seeking air mines on the outsides of the base for the possibility of a queen charge or a queen walk. But you just got to change it up. Everybody's kind of looking to defend the ground. They want to go anti-bowler and get rid of these bowlers off the Town Hall 9 maps, which tends to open them up for air defenses or air attacks. And then when they're trying to guard heavily for the air attacks, then they're kind of leaving themselves open for these other attacks in the HP, HB, and the Queen Charge Baby Dragons, and these wild attacks that we haven't really seen a whole lot of. So hopefully you gained something out of this video. Drop some comments below and let me know what you think. Yes, this base was pretty easy, and thanks for watching, guys.